you guys.
I don't
Hey
like surprises.
everybody. We love surprises. Welcome to the Not So Live show, live from Stockholm. I haven't been here long enough to give you my greeting in Swedish. I still don't know anything else besides hey Dua. Dave's here, Cheryl's here. We have a very special guest for a very special reason joining us now, approximately 5 kilometers from me, maybe less. It's Matt Halfhill, 1/4 of the 40 plus New York City 2024 men's relay champions. Do you have your flag with you, Matt?
I do. I do.
Why do you sound
Right
You
here.
sound great.
Yes. Brought it with me.
You
Actually,
brought your flag?
well, okay, because here's the thing. I never got Matt to sign it, or the other Matts as well. And I was like, well, where else? And where else am I going to see a lot of people, doubles partners and relay partners, where I can get them to sign the flags? I'm like, oh, of course, Worlds. So I actually have like a lot of my flags in tow with me, getting people to sign them.
That's kind of brilliant.
Well, I only have two. I have the relay one that you have. Although I'm really bummed because now they're white, and white, like everybody knows, white is the first place flag now.
Yes, it is now. Yes. I feel like they should reissue them. Like anybody who puts in a request can get a replacement flag to the updated standards.
All right, so Cheryl's going to be leaving shortly after this call to come over here. The reason Matt's here is some news broke almost exactly 24 hours ago, which was about this LSKD business. So, for those that don't know, Matt is the CEO of Nice Kicks, which, according to the internet, says you reach 40 million people monthly or something. Is that a fact?
It's a few people. Yes.
And he's worked with many shoe brands. Can we say all of them? You've worked with all of them over the years? Nike, Puma,
pretty much
Adidas?
every single one of them. Yeah, of the majors for sure.
Okay. So I'll quickly bring everybody up to speed. I see this message forwarded to me from Matt Kirby, who I did not know, who said, okay, HYROX told us, quote unquote, we can't post anything. So, the first thing I do when people say things is like, who said what, right? Because there is no they. Like they said, right? So it's like, who's they? So I reached out. He actually shared with me screenshots that said the language, which I know Matt found hilarious, which is, let's read it aloud. Oh. Jack Driscoll earlier today said I was fatherly, which was a nice way of saying fucking boomer. And that's what I feel like I'm doing right now. I can't open my Instagram page. He's like, oh, yeah, you're fatherly. Given pressure from the exclusive partner, I need you to remove the HYROX photos on your page as we discussed. So apparently they'd had a call before. It went how it went. I reached out to HYROX's PR team and I said, would you like to respond? They assured me they were working on it. And I checked in a couple of times and they assured me they were working on it. And then I checked one more time before this call and they said, we'll have an answer for you tomorrow. So, Cheryl, what was your first thought when you read this about HYROX's apparent new stance on the little guy from down under, LSKD?
I was trying to figure out how this is going to work for the average. I know LSKD people, that they represent. And are they, you can clarify this, they're supposed to take any HYROX content off of their page? Is that what they're being asked to do? If they're wearing LSKD and they're in a HYROX, they're not allowed to show that?
Yeah, I think it goes for, I think it's retroactive. Yeah. I'll find my message, but yes.
So Matt Halfhill, that's what you understand.
Yeah, to my understanding, what they're saying is that, first off, they make the mistake of saying that they don't demand it, but they're saying we're receiving pressure from a partner to ask you to take this down.
So Puma.
They don't say who the official partner is. Could think it's that.
It's not CERT.
What I brought up to Matt, why I think this is really problematic, is that in a trademark dispute, the person who holds the trademark wants to assert that this is their ownership, this is their rights, they have the control over this. They already screwed that up with the outreach. They said, someone told us that and we're trying to satisfy another party who is not a trademark holder to please not use our trademark. And that's like the worst type of way of defending a trademark. In addition to working on in footwear and media, I've been the defendant and the plaintiff in multiple trademark disputes. So I've gone through all this. Actually, I had an email with one of my attorneys about some trademark stuff just like an hour ago.
Because people want to call themselves Nice Kicks?
We definitely have that. We have people who infringe on it. We have people who make logos that are confusingly similar. We have other groups who have alleged affiliations to us that don't, on and on. Yeah. But part of having a trademark is you have to actively be defending it. Because if you don't actively defend and you don't actively take action for it, enforcement is almost impossible, because the defendant in a trademark dispute can make the claim is like, oh, they're being selective on the enforcement of the trademark. They shouldn't have this protection. Well, everybody in this room and everybody else who's been on the internet knows HYROX doesn't do a whole lot of defending their logo or their mark. It is used liberally by so many groups in things that are obviously infringing. You go to any HYROX race, I have seen brands of products that are competitors to official partners, and they will screen print HYROX team on it. And you just see those everywhere. You'll see events that happen in and around races where they'll put HYROX in the name of the event. They'll say HYROX weekend, whatever.
Yeah, so that just came up last week where there was this big media conglomeration thing, and it was called HYROX New York City, and here's the brands that are going to be there.
Yeah,
and it was like, you pointed that out to me, and you were like, well, none of those are affiliated. Actually, some of them were. I think maybe Puma was on there. I don't remember.
And that, okay, so Puma was not on there. There were other brands on there who were competitors of Puma. There were also, and if there were official partners on the flyer. And this is a great example of it is so easy for the consumer to be confused here. And if they're not defending and they're not taking action on those kinds of things, they really aren't, they don't have, the ability to really stand their ground to say that we're actively defending our mark when they're not doing it. So that was the first part of it. This other part of, this is like, aside from the legal side of it, how does this look? What's the optics of it? It doesn't look good. Like, it looks like, you're being a bully and saying, no, we don't want you to do this. It also looks like, in a way, kind of tone deaf to a lot of the audience who are like, wait a second, like LSKD has probably done more than half of the official partners for the sport of HYROX.
Well, specifically, they're huge down under, and the people, because I hadn't heard of them before HYROX. Mm-hmm. They're an Australian brand, and for those races, it's massive. So I thought maybe it was a goof at first, because I said, who did you speak with? I said, I won't mention their name, but who did you speak with? Assuming it was HQ, and he said the Hong Kong office. And that was enough for me. Like, I didn't have to get the name, but it's like, oh, did someone did someone not clear this first? Like, someone thought they were doing the right thing, and now HYROX needs to backtrack it. So what do you think it means that it's taken them this long to come up with a sentence or two? I mean, I know they got to call their lawyers, but like, it's been 24 hours. Should it have taken that long for them to write a response to this? Whether they're going to defend it or not, it seems like that's plenty of time.
I mean, we've seen them change the policies on qualifications in a shorter amount of time. So, I mean, I think that, yeah, I'm surprised it hasn't been addressed. I will say, like, this is very, like, important what they do and say now, because what was said before wasn't like precautions weren't like good steps were taken before. They need to be very careful with what they say here, especially when it comes to like setting what are the standards of what will be and won't be accepted. Because it hasn't really been clear, honestly, because a lot of groups use the name in ways that they probably shouldn't, but it doesn't seem like there's been pushback before.
There's never pushback on somebody who wants to host a HYROX sim.
No,
anything. They've always just been hands off, and now they're telling people to take down their content, what are they going to do if they don't? Are they really going to go sue these athletes? I mean, what are they going to do?
Well, so it seems like from this letter, it seems like they're saying, okay, just LSKD, we don't want you to do it. We don't care if the athletes post it. Right. Just the company. Okay, we don't want you to use. We don't want you to.
Oh, okay.
You know.
So like Chris Rogloski is an LSKD athlete. She can say that she's wearing LSKD in her races, and they're fine with that.
They haven't said that they aren't fine with it.
Yeah, okay. It seems the issues with the page itself, and and again, it seems like such a weird time, right?
Right. But in the eyes of the law, an individual is not very different from an entity, right? Mm-hmm. You could say, yes, the individual is a participant in the sport, and these are pictures of them, yada yada yada. This is an entity that's commercially, like benefiting from it. But at the same time, an athlete who has commercial contracts is benefiting from their presence as well. So that you can totally make that argument. But there's also kind of a lack of clarity with it, which is that, like, say, for example, in the scenario of Chris wearing LSKD, right? Well, like, Chris could wear it. She could talk it up, have it present. And on the back end, there's nothing that prohibits LSKD from putting $100,000 of ad spend behind Chris's post and having this get as much visibility as it ever could. Under the way that they've just said it. And like, does that change anything? I don't think, in my opinion, it does.
Let's is this going to be one of those things where, tomorrow, 2 days from now, HYROX completely recants it all again and says, no, that was another internal communication error, as we tend to have. Is it going to go that way again? Or is this actually something that now that they have put it out there, it's gone too far and it doesn't matter? But either way, like Matt says, and by the way, Matt, it's been really cool hearing your take on this. It was nice. That's why I've been shut up for so long. It's been really cool hearing what you have to say. No matter what they do now, I think what Matt said too is they're going to set precedent now. They have to, regardless of what way they go. And I think what could have happened, and I assume if I'm Puma, and I see LSKD posting all these HYROX things with athletes and our athletes and doing this, Puma's like, well, why the hell are we paying you this extra money when we could just sponsor an athlete? The athlete goes, we get all the gear, we get all the picks. We don't need to give you guys all this extra money. So therein lies that pressure on HYROX. If, hey, you want to keep our sponsorship, our partnership alive, we need some benefit to it. When other people like maybe Nike comes in, whoever, and gets the same kind of exposure for their athletes. That said, I don't agree with it, but I'm just thinking that that's the thought process in their head. But if you do that, and I swear we've seen this before in Spartan, you're all of a sudden going to isolate, and you're going to have big brands not want to be involved because they won't be able to get their influence. They won't be able to get their athletes, and you're going to kill that competitive sport. You're going to kill all the sponsorship for the different athletes and where you're going to get your future revenue if you're just linked to that one pony.
I think you hit the nail on the head, and I think we've seen it already happen in the past. CrossFit let Reebok dictate too much of how the sport and the organization operated, and how did that go? Like, it is a colossal. It is not a good move to let a partner or sponsor dictate how the core business operates and how the core business grows. They should. I think it's important to take care of your partners for sure, but not to where they dictate the image and brand of the whole entity.
Well. So yeah, it's one of these things where as soon as I started talking to this guy, Matt, I was like thinking out loud, how is this even legal or possible? And he's like, something about their terms and conditions, et cetera. There was apparently, this whole conversation that they spoke about that's not in writing. And even if they're within their right, like even if they are within their right, it's such a bad look. Again, especially because LSKD is in fact a little guy, right? Especially compared to all these other shoe brands. I want to make something clear that many people keep talking about CrossFit on in the comments or the UFC, and the CrossFit Games is 40 athletes. The UFC is X amount of fighters. The NFL is the NFL. This is a mass participation sport. This is a open as opposed to a closed loop system. So it's a massive difference. If they said something about like Elite 15 athletes only, that to me at least holds water, right? Like, okay, you can't do this, even though it would still be just as dumb. But they're saying period. And LSKD has certainly done more community wise than Elite 15 athlete wise, right? Like thousands of women, hundreds of thousands of women wearing these things. So it is different. So are they within their right to do so? Probably. But again, are they going to now go after Nike, Puma on every time there's a Elite 15 race or a HYROX race and go through and cut out like, oh, nope. There's a picture. You said, Matt, you pointed out that Nike put out pictures of Emily and some other people and they're super zoomed in. They're still doing a HYROX. Emily's holding a sandbag in a HYROX. So how are they going to selectively enforce?
Is being in a HYROX race considered being in public?
It's a private space, so I don't think it would count as
a
public.
private space. You get where I'm going with, right? As the no expectation of privacy in a public environment.
But it's like, could the New York City Marathon do that? If Nike is sponsoring New York City Marathon, right, and everybody who's in Hoka's, they go take all those pictures down.
No, and that's where it gets really tough. That's a great parallel. Like say there's an athlete who runs a specific marathon. I'm trying to think of the a New York City Marathon is sponsored by ASICS, I believe. Winner was not wearing ASICS, right? You're going to ban that sporting brand from showing pictures of their athlete? No, you're not. It's not going to be. You can't pull that off.
The gym piece is the part that I think matters, right? You can't say you're having HYROX classes if you're not a HYROX gym. However, this is a literal, like, what do they call it? Draining the ocean, fire hose. Some analogy I can't think of because my brain isn't working. Like like every gym in the world is going to. Many of them are affiliates, but the ones that aren't, how do you put someone on 24/7 SEO police? So
it's a big task.
So that's my question: is you say an unpoliced one, they can't defend it, but couldn't they say to a judge, like, how could we possibly find time to defend it?
That's not a defense. You have to show that you're actually taking action. So oftentimes what happens
once in a while, you just pick a couple of times.
You need to show that you are regularly doing it, and enough to where a judge would say, like, they are making reasonable efforts. But if things are happening in plain sight, like we've seen time and time again of like HYROX Tech Week, and those things keep happening.
Thank you. That's what it was called.
Yes. As those things keep happening, and you just see it like going unchecked, then no, it doesn't look like you're actively defending.
So I'm going to pull that up now. Thank you so much. Let me struggle over here, Matt. You knew the damn name of it, bastard.
I think it's almost. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was going to say.
So describe what we're looking at here, Matt H.
Yeah. So this is in an event put on by Fit Insider, Wellworthy, Air, I believe, agencies. The event is called HYROX Tech Week After Party, and you see the list of all the sponsors that are on the flyer. Some of them, let's see where they're. Pliability, I think, is actually an official HYROX partner. Create is not, to my understanding. I don't believe Sweat Pals is. Adidas isn't. Kane is not. Some of these are non-affiliated sponsors with HYROX, but the name is clearly there.
So
HYROX
if they made that phone call, right, that's a situation where it should say something else. So like everybody's familiar with Super Bowl week, bars call it something else to be
the
cute.
big game.
The big game. Even though
Football.
NFL probably isn't going to go after your bar. They could, but they probably won't.
They absolutely will. Yeah.
And then the Olympics is the other one, right? So you can't say Olympic party. You've got to say 5 rings or whatever. So fitness racing week sounds pretty dumb, right? For that. So like they'd have to come up with something though. The big event, the big wall ball event.
Hybrid is the generic term that has been used in place of HYROX.
Right.
Most people understand it with the context around fitness. Because that's actually the term that you see a lot of brands will use either hybrid or fitness racing to be the generic form of HYROX.
Right.
Because you'll see on Nike training and Adidas training, they do not use HYROX because they're not official sponsor. They don't want You know,
Did
they
they
don't want to deal
never?
with that.
Did they never?
I don't believe they ever did.
No.
Because they're just smart enough to be ahead of it.
I mean, they have legal departments that go through all this stuff, like all the content. They shoot that stuff.
So
in,
Dylan Scott wins the world championship. Okay.
Mhm.
Nike Running is going to post what?
Nike Training could say that he won the world championship. I don't think that they would say the HYROX world championship.
Congrats, Dylan, you're a world champion, and show him like not in front of any signage. Like, I mean, I'm being serious.
Yeah,
with
there's tons of ways you do this. I mean, there's lots of ways you can do it without showing the logos.
Okay, well, we're gonna find out, right? Unless it's you know, Joanna Hunter, I don't know who all the Puma athletes are, sweep.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm very, very curious to know. And again, it just seems like I don't know if that person in Hong Kong knew what they set off, but the fact that it is this week that Matt and I have already been to a couple things brand related, and this week hasn't even started yet. And there's like so many of them. Like I had to ask chat to help me figure out, like, to not double book myself, which shakeout, which dinner, that this week of all weeks that they're like gonna go on the rampage of who gets to say HYROX or not. I mean,
Yeah.
There's definitely a place for Puma to say stuff, right? But I think if it was like, I don't know, like I think we gave HYROX a hard time because they blurred Lauren's shoes in a post, right? And even that, like, it's silly, but at least that makes sense, right? Like, hey, this is a big HYROX post. But to go, if for HYROX to highlight LSKD would be wrong. For everybody else to highlight HYROX through their own brand, to me, is silly.
Yeah, I mean, to an extent. I mean, when the NBA has an official partnership with Nike, right? If you have a champion who is wearing Adidas, you're not going to see NBA photography scrub those logos off the shoes. It's the image was captured of what happened in the NBA. Really, like, it's on the onus is on the brands. Like, okay, get better athletes who win stuff. It's not up to us as an outlet us as a sport to make sure only Puma wins or only Puma is shown when they win, So, and this then falls on the brand, like how much is the brand like just being a sport and how much is the brand trying to do the work for their partners. But I think the bigger thing too is, like, again, it's not even the legal side of it. Like, part of what makes HYROX as good as it is that they have been, it's seen as a very accessible, welcoming, and very female friendly. And this move, trust me, the comment section was probably about 90% female commenters who were not happy about this. So that's like something I think HYROX has to be very thoughtful of with this.
I always wonder why, like, if I was running HYROX or whatever, and I'm thinking about this, having brands like LSKD or other brands or Nike mentioning my race, mentioning my name, having sponsored athletes in my race and mentioning it in their commercials and their whatever, that's a good thing. That just helps me. That just spreads the word. Even gym events hosting HYROX classes, even if they're not an affiliate, HYROX prep classes. Well, those are people who may never have heard that word before. And now all of a sudden their gym's doing it and they get out there. It's just, man, I just think you want your name out there as much as possible, and to try to take this and to try to limit who gets to say your name, who gets to publicize you, who gets to promote you, like, it's shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, it's too early to be this guarding of it.
You're not that big yet.
No, I mean, you'll have some of the top of the elite athletes are celebrities inside the arena. Outside the arena, they're anonymous. That it's not that big of a sport yet.
All right, are we ready?
So you're saying yet, Matt. So where should this land? What's the smart place for this to be right now?
I mean, I think that the smart place to be is to not. You have to defend your mark, sure, right? But this isn't the way I'm doing it. I agree with Dave. Like, the sport is still in growth mode, and also too, Puma benefits the more that LSKD and other brands are talking up HYROX that then bring people into that sport. There's a huge percentage that sign up for that race that are then buying Puma shoes. probably their first pair of Puma running shoes they've ever purchased in their life.
I would
And that-
never have a pair of Pumas if it wasn't for HYROX right now.
So like this is where it's like, you know, even if it is Puma, like we don't know for sure that it is Puma. But that's been what the calculated assumption is. I still think Puma is a net huge winner off of when brands like LSKD are posting content that helps the sport.
All right, we ready to move on off this part?
Good.
Do you want to stay on to talk about more world stuff, Matt? I don't know if you
Yeah,
got to go
sure.
to bed.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you just jump off whenever you got to jump off. I understand.
Yeah.
It's still light outside, by the way. It doesn't get dark here. Sun goes down at really late. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and doesn't it come up at like 3:30 in the morning? I think I saw.
3:30
Yeah.
sunrise.
Yeah.
So
3:30.
this hotel does not have great blackout windows. These are decent, but they're not like legit blackout windows. So I'm going to be sleeping with my Manta sleep eye
mask.
mask. My
Yeah.
fantastic, which I love. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for turning me on to that.
I live by it.
So let's move on to. Do we want to talk about these new shoes?
Well, I think it's interesting, given what we just talked about, that now they're just Puma's introducing this new colorway. And I know how that goes. I mean, those pink shoes are going to look ridiculous next season, right? Like everybody's going to want the new color. I think they're being pretty smart, bringing it out when they do. And I think it works. I think they will have us every time they do it.
Yep.
This is it, correct?
Matt's got a pair, I know.
I do.
Do you
Yeah.
have this pair, Matt?
Yes, I do.
Pretty minty green. They're beautiful.
I mean,
No, they look great.
I mean, the amount of those pink shoes you see, though, I mean, it really is like they're really everywhere. And pink's like not a color that in shoes that people wear, especially guys. So now everyone's gonna. How much do these cost? 200?
Oh no, 230 at least, I think.
I've said this.
No,
before.
260.
I've said this before. Shoes are the one thing that you can wear any color, anytime, anybody. It doesn't matter if it's an athletic shoe. It can be as crazy and weird as possible, and you can get away with it.
And the pink really showed that, didn't it? Like all of a sudden, everyone was in the pink.
Now, how long has Hoka put out weird color shoes and like VJ when we were doing Spartans and whatnot?
Yeah.
You can put out bizarre colored shoes. If they work, people will buy them up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sometimes
also-
because they're bizarre.
Yeah, and I think the weirder the better, because you actually see it as like a strength in numbers. When you look out at the course and you just see all the pink takeover, you're like, wow, this shoe is the popular one.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, and then they had the shirts and they had the shorts and they had everything that went with it. There was the whole universe of it. That's all going to shift now. And we're all going to need to get this other color, right? Or we're going to look like chumps. So
I'll look
it's
like
working.
Well, I wanna go ahead and show this, which is a lot of screen sharing today, which is the Puma Midsummer Shakeout, which is the 19th, which is Friday. Pro Doubles is Thursday. Pro Doubles is Friday. So if you show up, if you sign up for this, by the way, tickets were gone. They're back up, available again. And if you're one of the first 50 men or 50 women, you can trade. You have the opportunity to trade in your current running shoe for the new Puma DV8 Elite HYROX colorway. Limited sizes available, subject to availability. So the shoe is the same. It's the same shoe, Puma DV8 Elite HYROX.
Mhm.
Because that's
Yeah, same
not
shoe.
because it's not a 2 or a 3 or 4. It's just called the Elite HYROX. The other one, Matt, the one that came out at the same time as this was the DV8 Elite 4, correct?
Correct. And sometimes it is listed as the Puma X HYROX DV8 Nitro Elite 4.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
It's dude.
I had a small seizure there. I'm all
You're
right now.
supposed to capitalize the Nitro and put trademark next to it. Yeah, no, it's a long one.
But I just want to be clear because I get confused very easily. Again, so it's not different.
The upper is the same as the 4 for the most part, slightly different. Like the pattern is very similar. And then the outsole, midsole, outsole is completely different. It was built for HYROX.
No. I'm saying this one that you're going to get on.
Oh, this one's, yes, it's just a new color.
It's not the 2.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not a no.
But it will be the 2 when it eventually comes out.
No, it's the same shoe. It's the same shoe, just different color.
But I'm saying whenever the next HYROX shoe comes out.
Potentially, or they'll go to the DV85 and then have DV85 HYROX. I don't know how they're going to do the naming and numbering going forward.
Right. And this is the one that ends at a theme park that will be open to just us for a couple of hours. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
And then open to the public.
Yes.
So I expect this to have a massive turnout.
Oh, this will be the big one for sure for the events.
Right. Because whatever the Puma / HYROX one is always the biggest one. And this one, people are all here. A lot of them will have raced. It's going to be pretty massive.
Mm-hmm.
Where was I? Do you want to talk about Dallas?
Just that nobody gets in anymore.
Just how quickly it's sold out.
Oh, you're talking about the Dallas HYROX. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think we're getting UK kind of participation now, and it's getting pretty frustrating. So I don't know. I think some people are fine, like opening 5 of their devices and waiting in the lines, and getting tickets.
Causing a problem.
Probably. I got on right on time and was not able to get a ticket, right? And I think that's going to be pretty typical for most people. And I don't know. I don't know if you guys saw the CNBC piece that Mo did recently, where he said, "Look, we sold 50,000 tickets for New York. We could have sold 80,000. We just chose to keep it, keep a cap on it, right?" And I mean, I wonder if they are, deliberately trying to make sure that these things it generates that scarcity mindset, but it seems to be working.
Yeah, from my understanding, the pre-sale is about half of them, and they sold out almost all of those. That pre-sale, 15 minutes, and then the regular sale, the same thing. Cheryl pointed out a few episodes ago about how, they have us so well trained. We'll just sign up, right? We'll pay the money. We'll wait. We'll do whatever. And this is proven, in fact, that Cheryl and I spoke Wednesday or HYROX goes on sale. We jump on it. I go, Cheryl, do we want to go to Dallas?
It doesn't even matter, right?
Like usually it's like, oh, cool, Boston or New York, or I'm definitely going to this one because it's Vegas, Phoenix. It looks like I have no reason to go to Dallas on a fucking Wednesday, right? But we said we're going to go. Like we tried to get a better day and then sell the other ones. We didn't. So now we'll be in Dallas for 3 days.
Yeah, if we so decide. I look, I think at some point, your rational brain starts taking over and you stop feeling like you're missing out, and maybe you realize there will be other races, right? But right now they can ring the bell and we are right there. We just don't even think about it. And that's perfect for them. I don't know. LT Games announced that they're going to be in Dallas sometime soon. And I may just go with them, like I may just bail on HYROX until everybody calms down, and then I'll show back up again. But I bet that won't happen. I bet every time they go on sale, I'm going to try.
Mm-hmm. It's to me, I see the parallels to like my world and sneakers with limited sneaker drops and how people feverishly try to chase after them. And there was a time where Nike could do no wrong, pretty much have far more demand than there were pairs available for sale, and things sold out. They're like, this is awesome. This is awesome. Things are reselling. It's awesome. I was very vocal with folks at Nike and with Adidas when Yeezy had this fever. I'm like, I hope you understand your big core fans are not able to get the product, and your enthusiasts who will be with you on the rise and on the fall, they might leave. They might go find something else to get interested in. And then what you're left with are people who are just chasing the new thing or speculators. And as a second, speculators can't make money flipping it, they're out. And if all you're left with then are just people who just want the new trend thing, and then like that's not the same as having a sustainable business with a base of athletes who build their training blocks and their entire lives around competing in a sport. And that's what I think they're running the risk of doing, is pushing people to other stuff.
And I think, I think LT we love and is super small, can only have a couple hundred people.
It's
right?
never going to be this.
Right.
Never.
No.
Right.
Even Ethics, which scales better, right? They've got 2 races coming up, Miami and Houston. I had to go look, October 10th and October 17th. But I think the race part of HYROX is kind of the big part, and that's kind of what Ethics is missing. It's because it's not a race; it's a do the thing and then see if you won. And they'll get plenty of people, and they'll definitely get like strong people from CrossFit, and like I think they are going to continue to grow. But I think it is the race of fitness racing that has people so excited, just like running a marathon, just like running a 5K. I ran it. This is my time. Did I do well in my age group? Can I beat somebody again? Et cetera, et cetera.
But Matt H., to your point, I mean, I'm getting messages from people asking about other races, asking if I know about other races. I think the core group of us who actually have been doing this for years and would be happy to continue to do it for years are getting a little weary of the fervor. And it is going to be harder to sort of stick around if they keep catering to this, just kind of whipping people up and getting them excited about it. And, maybe they ultimately aren't. Maybe this is just how it is, that they've just offered these races and they are just literally that popular. But I know that just the fatigue that I have of not even knowing that I can plan my calendar because I don't know if I'm going to get in makes it a lot different.
I mean, I have doubles partners that don't live in the same city as me. So there's travel that's involved with this. And we have not finished this season. And a month and a half ago, we were like, a couple of them had reached and like, which races are we doing in the fall? I'm like,
right.
We haven't even done World Champs yet. How are we thinking about November and December already? And then starting to plan that out.
But we have to,
Well, we have, yeah. So that's,
interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I have to really, for myself, because this is my job and like I'm gonna go regardless. I'm not gonna go to every one regardless, but because I'm gonna go, I don't get as frustrated as you. And when I hear you, Cheryl, I go, oh yeah, like people have like a life outside of this. And I mean, even though there are plenty of people that do make this their entire personality, but I'm sorry, Dave, but I don't think your 2026 prediction of the ceiling is going to come true. I think the crest is going like this.
I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how much higher it's really going to get. We'll see come through at the end of 2026, which is what I said, where we'll see the peak. There's still a long way to go before we're to the end of 2026.
And Dave,
could I be off? Could I be off by a few months or 6 months? Sure.
I think you're going to be off by a couple of years, dude. I think it cannot sustain this hockey stick.
Yeah,
cannot
no way
sustain.
it continues to grow like this.
But again, here's what you got to remember though: like just because this fervor doesn't last, it doesn't mean that under it's wildly successful. Just not on the hockey stick growth anymore. Like it can't double every year.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna close shop. I just think that you'll see the peak, and then it'll become much easier to get tickets. Put it that way.
I think to Dave's point, the growth, this hockey stick thing ain't gonna last forever. And I'm already seeing it here in Austin. Like Austin seems to be like on the front edge of a lot of
Austin. We don't want to hear about your hipster fucking town.
Well, here's the thing.
Go get a fucking nose strip. Go do one more.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm really glad you brought that up. Because the Go One More guys who were all hybrid and getting into HYROX 2 years ago are now into triathlons.
Yeah, they've moved on.
Now into cycling.
Interesting.
They have moved on to other things. Because for a lot of people in fitness, they don't want to admit it, but there are a lot of people who sign up for HYROX and they don't remember that some of the first times they heard about HYROX, they saw HYROX, was from influencers who were getting into the sport and taking their followers on the journey of them doing this. Now, those same people who brought them in are going to other places. And I predict that a lot of the people who followed these influencers into one thing might follow them over into the other thing. And that's what I talk about. HYROX we should really think about how do we take care of those who really want to be in the sport versus those who have come because it's the popular thing.
Well, this is what I've said about and again, I think this is now in many years, but the thing I've said of, the half rocks is coming, right? Or the different order or the something to retain when they do start to see those numbers finally drop. But Matt, I want to ask you again, like the reason it's to me still on the way up and not close to the top is these guys are finally around to putting the money in, right? Nike and Adidas are finally like, oh, we got to make a shoe. It takes a year to make a shoe. So they're not doing this because they think it's going to be over in 12 or 18 months, right?
They don't think that. No, they think they don't necessarily say that HYROX won't. They think that hybrid fitness will be here, a combination of the two. But you better believe if you as a company are willing to put in tens of millions of dollars into marketing and development investment and all this other stuff, you think you also can't fund a venture group that wants to create another race or an exhibition or whatever else? Because when the dollar price, like when they start to invest these kinds of dollars, they also have to think like, could we create something that is our own event that we own? And we've seen this, like you got lots of brands doing their own things. Like Nike has their Run After Dark series. You have the Bandit running Grand Prix. Like this is another thing that we're starting to see. I mean, even the Ethics investment by Adidas, like this is brands wanting to have their own type of event that they are building product to sell against.
Is it true that you went to Satisfy and said, I think we should run a punk rock oval? Is that your idea?
That one was not my idea. I can't take credit for that one.
Have you seen, okay, kidding aside, have you seen, what is the last time you saw something get that much hate or that much cringe? Like, because that's elite level. And if you don't know what it is,
that was
Google
there,
Satisfy
man.
running track. Like a bigger miss.
I honestly, like, you know what it gave me flashbacks of?
What's that?
The online mob of people like laughing about it. It reminded me of Firefest, where people just couldn't like help but laugh at the people who fell for that. There was just a pile on from everyone about it.
Right.
So,
all right. Do we want to discuss? Everybody wants to hear predictions all the time. I'm going to be completely unbiased or biased. What am I going to be? Biased.
Honest?
I want Americans to steal the podium. Cole, you can sneak on there too. So that's my prediction. Okay.
North America.
In any order, Hunter, Cole, Rich, Dylan, like, oh, that's 4. So all right, Cole, you're 4th. And then on the women's side, I want Lauren to upset Joanna, and then I want Vivian, and then I want who am I forgetting?
Alyssa.
Oh my goodness, Alyssa can win the damn thing. What if Alyssa wins the damn thing? Matt,
that would be amazing.
Matt, do you think Alyssa can win?
Oh, I think she can. Absolutely. I think she can. I mean, she totally can. I have her as a podium spot. I would say Lauren, Joanna, Alyssa. That is who I think is going to be on the podium. The order of those, that's a toss-up. Joanna just looks so good. And she's all year looked fantastic.
Listen, I typed in Joanna right on Google, and it says Joanna is a dominant HYROX racer. I'm like, there you go. Like that's kind of who she is right now. Dave Claxton, your thoughts? Do you want to make predictions? Do you just want to see a good show?
Obviously, I want to see a good show. I want to see something that involves no controversial finish, that where we see a race, the race run to the race. That's it. That's what I want. I will say that despite the fact I think Alyssa has the most potential in the field, I don't think she makes the podium this time, and I still give it to Viv. I just think that she's still got the experience, and racing with Lauren has increased her running speed. I think she pulls it out. So, but come next year, if Alyssa stays with it, I think she may be untouchable.
Yeah, she's still on like the less than half a dozen races, right?
Yeah. She's still on the spot right now where she can make a mistake. This is a big stage. Her stations aren't quite what they need to be yet. She's still figuring out her own pacing because she might have more running in the tank than she's already using. So I just think she's not quite there yet, but next year she will be absolutely
I couldn't
terrifying.
even convince her to stop pushing the sled the whole way.
No.
Every time I was like, stop doing that. She's like, I feel fine. I'm like, no, you don't. You don't feel fine an hour later. Stop doing that.
But yeah, so I got Viv coming in on that podium.
What about the boys?
Oh, I think that's a tougher one.
Way tougher.
You have 5 like very you could just pick 3 out of those 5. I mean, they are just dominant. Hunter, Cole, Ronk, Dylan.
I think you might have 5 who can win. Not just
I meant 5 to win. Yeah.
Who is the 5th? Hitty? Is that what you would say?
Yeah.
Well, Charlie said something today. I don't want to brag. I hung out with Charlie and Dylan today. Dylan was on purpose. Charlie was just there at a gym that does not cost $7 a day. It costs $40 a day.
I know. I thought, geez, I'm going to go to that.
He says he's curious what Sean Noble's going to do because we haven't had Sean in Worlds yet, and Sean is going to go out like a maniac, right? Like there's no way he doesn't, and that's going to be amazing. Like, is he gonna try to pull like Ronk and Hunter are going to go out hard, but like is Sean?
Isn't that the story of the men's race? A bunch of people go out like maniacs.
I know, but Sean is a true nutter though. Like he'll go.
And you don't think Luke Greer's going to lead that pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Luke knows he can't win though.
Yeah, but the first half he's going to go anyway.
He's
going to be in it till he can't.
I think he's smart enough to know, like, if I have a shot of anything, but I think Sean is like, I'm going to try to win this. I don't think Sean's thinking, I haven't talked to him. I don't think Sean's thinking podium, where some guys might be, even if they don't admit it to everybody. Sean's going to go out like a maniac. So I think it could be just fucking fireworks, dude.
I don't know. I don't have Sean as a potential winner.
I don't have him as one either. I just want to see him go out really hard, and Tim goes out hard, and Hunter goes out hard, and Ronk goes out hard, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't mention Tim. He got 6 there. Who, it could be their day.
I mean, it's so funny because every year we always say this, like, best field ever, but we got a pretty good field. The sport's getting pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the parity's huge. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun race to watch. Like I'm so happy with just some of the storylines with it. Like I'm really happy for Cole to see him at this stage, like break through to the E15 this season, and then here at the like legitimate title contender here, like that. It's amazing.
I was at Cole's first ever HYROX event of any kind. And I actually live streamed it. It was at Maria Fetrick's gym. They did a half rocks outside, and there was a 4-person heat with him, Jesse Bruce, Jay Muscart, and Adam DeJong.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Cole basically going out hard, and then Jesse Bruce taking it to him, and just to see where he's come from that point. Now, I also in that thing's never seen anyone push a sled so fast, but after that, like seeing what it did to him and then the complete transition he's done to the kind of runner he's become is insane.
Oh,
do we still don't know what the course is, right? They haven't released the map.
No, we haven't seen a map yet.
There's 8 stations with 1K of running in between.
It's usually you run around the outside.
The outside, and then there's a rock zone.
You go in the in arch,
clockwise or counterclockwise,
unless you're Matt Kemp.
Happens to the best of us. Love
it does.
Yeah.
Did I mention we did 2 sleds too short? So fucking annoying.
Well, he's got to be. I feel so bad for him. I mean, both his races, that's tough. That's tough.
To Matt's actual question. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, we got to roll the tape back, but I think I remember ahead of the Nice World Championships, and we were talking relay discussions, or y'all were. I was watching. You told us to keep an eye on this young guy named Cole Learn.
Yeah.
That this guy's going to rise in the sport. I think you should go look it up. But I distinctly, because I think that's the first time I remember somebody talking about Cole.
Yeah, it would have been, and that was when I knew he was just hitting a couple of zones, so I knew that he had that he had the staying power to hammer a one run and hammer a zone really good, especially if it was a power zone. So yeah, I've been on this train for a while. I fully admit, though, he's exceeded expectations even that I had.
Yeah.
All right. Well, breaking news. I found the map.
But sorry, I did want to say something to Matt's original question there, Matt. I have heard that it's going to be one of these like 5 lappers.
Well, that's what I'm pulling up right now.
No way. No way.
That's what I heard. I actually
two.
heard it. I heard it on Rich Ryan's podcast as I was driving to work today.
No way.
For all of us, or just they're doing a grid for the elites?
I think he didn't say. My impression was for the elites.
No, this is the elites. Are you guys seeing this map?
No, I'm seeing a loading screen.
Yeah, uploading.
It says uploading. Come on. Come on, buddy.
You can't see it?
No, not yet.
I can still see it. So it's definitely, it's a mini.
It's in the cloud.
It's a mini. It's a mini grid. Let me open this damn thing. First of all, the fact that I've got better hotel reception, I've got better, what do you call it? Signal in a hotel sharing with 10,000 people than my house is pissing me off.
That is information you should know, Matt.
I'm paying a lot for internet. I have to pay even more.
So this is, they're going to have this set up separate from, like, I guess Thursday night, that'll be easy because we're not racing Thursday, right? We start Friday. Age group starts Friday.
Right.
So this will just be the Thursday setup. And then I guess that's why maybe Friday night is so late, the doubles, is because they would need to reconfigure it.
Oh, that would make sense.
There we go. Oh, yeah. It's little. 200 meters around.
That's got to be the...
Yeah, that's just elite.
That's just elite. There's no way that's... Yeah, because they said grandstands. We don't have grandstands in our...
We have a stadium.
Commoners race. No, but when they're saying grandstands, that's like temporary seating. That's what I.
So they will go in the 4th time they see the in on the first run. 2 through 7, 5th time, so that's 4 laps, right? 8, 4th time you see the wall ball arch.
I have to say,
I don't see a coach's zone. So did they get rid of that? No, here it is. Here it is, way over here.
Athletes table.
So they're going to have somebody help them keep track.
Well, let's hope.
Yeah, that would be rough. I mean, I suppose for track athletes, it's not such a big deal, but others aren't used to that sort of thing.
So do we think this favors or doesn't favor anybody?
Well, I mean, it takes all the flow runners out of their flow with all the corners, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think it, again, I don't want to say it. It's a disservice to anyone who's not a good counter, essentially. So anyone who tends to make mistakes, you have more opportunity to make mistakes.
The number of turns, like I feel like these things always disadvantage somebody with more size because the turn you have the momentum change. That's what I think.
Yeah. It favors the quick accelerating one, right?
Mm-hmm. Like Luke Greer is probably ecstatic to see this.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, it should make for a good watch.
Yeah, this really feels like they built this course for in-person attendees.
Oh yeah. Well, and this is what it's going to be going forward, right? I mean, I think we were promised this season. They managed it once, and maybe they're doubling down now and making sure that it'll happen, and we'll get more used to seeing this.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't do this in Phoenix. We had it in Hamburg first, right? And then
Right.
Melbourne. And they
Was it
didn't
in
do
Melbourne
in
as
Phoenix.
well?
I think Melbourne was as well.
Okay, but yeah, it wasn't in Phoenix, so
Yeah.
I have no
Which is-
idea. I mean, you guys have a better idea of the size of the stadium. Would they be able to have this built and separate from everything the entire weekend? Do we know this?
Like next to our course. Is that what you're saying?
Or something? Yeah.
Isn't that what we did in Chicago? Was it next to it?
They didn't have this
No.
in Chicago.
You would think this would have to be. I mean, because you're setting it up for, what is it? Well, I mean, I take that back. It depends on what they're doing for the team relay, because you have this for Thursday, and then you have it for Friday. So what is happening before
Mhm.
Friday's lead? Are they having age groupers go before on Friday?
There's a ton of age groupers going
Yeah,
before.
Okay,
Yes.
so then there's got to be two different setups,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
because before the doubles go for lead, if you're having other people go, you can't just tear one down, reset it up, move it over, have it be completely different. And there's no way you can run mass amounts of age groupers through that setup. Currently, it would just be chaos.
Right.
Yeah, so the map still isn't out for the rest of us. I'm looking on the HYROX World Championship page right now. Unless it's on the app. Is it on the app?
I don't know. I'll check.
It's in one of the 8,000 emails they sent you.
I know a lot of
Yeah,
emails
we're
going
getting
out
a
this
lot of
week.
emails right now.
I am always surprised that it takes so long to get the course maps. Like, it doesn't feel like we get much notice before the actual race day.
No.
To see it.
Yeah, something that should be nailed.
Yeah.
Well, you would think you'd have it planned out as soon as you choose the venue.
You would think so. And I just don't understand what would be the downside of the racers having advance notice to just think and memorize their maps.
Yeah, they like to do it about like Monday, usually for a Friday race or a Thursday race. Do we have any interest in talking about the doubles?
I'm excited, but doubles is my favorite.
All right, let's pull up the list. You can go to Hybrid Fitness Media right now. We have everything. Let's pull up Hybrid Fitness Media.
I mean, your first question is, can Lauren and Vivian continue their streak of setting the record every time they run?
If we get a world record, I'm going to be so tired. Just tired of world records. I don't know. Just run your race.
I don't think you're going to get a world record with this many turns,
No,
unless the
Yeah.
course is short. Like, I
All
just
the
don't see it.
courses are the same. They're never
Right. Right.
You know, I was going to sneak out there in Ottawa with my wheel and just see if I could run a lap with the wheel and see what happened, but no.
All right. This may have changed. Are those the final two at the bottom there? Can you guys see that? I don't know if that's changed or not.
Marco and Alexis.
Yeah. Is that changed?
I can take a quick look, but I
Go to Instagram. Go to HYROX's Instagram, because I feel like the doubles, there might have been a dropout.
So right now they've got Jeremy McConnell and Fabian Einzelauer on 15th.
Okay. Who do they have?
James Newberry and Dane Flood on
16th
16th, but
for the roll down.
What? I have them as 12. I have James. Oh, I have James indeed as 12.
I'm showing him on HYROX's page
As what
Yep.
number?
16.
So I could be completely. I have Jeremy as 6th. This might have been a situation where I put a bunch of stuff into chat and chat let me down. If the order is wrong, just the order being wrong is
Yeah.
fine. I just want to make sure it's the right amount of names. Are Marco and Alexis on there?
Yes, they are on 8th on HYROX's site.
Okay, so it's just the order is just wrong then. All right, and then so
But there
All
is
right, let's talk
16.
all right, so let's talk about the men. Alex and Tim, James and Jake, Hitty, and how do you say his name from the Netherlands? Thierry?
Yeah.
Rich and
Wilgenberg.
Paleo. Forgot about Rich and Paleo.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they're sleepers. I hope that they show up.
Well, they had the previous world record.
I think they'll show up, and I think they'll do well. I just don't think that Paleo has been added enough since injuries and comeback that they are as much of a threat as they would have been in the past.
So we have 0 All-American teams.
Dylan and Steven.
Helen, yeah.
Dylan.
Oh, Dylan and Steven. Sorry, Dylan and Steven. Please don't kill me. Sorry, I was quickly looking at this. And I know that rule doesn't come into play till next year, but just interesting that Dylan and
A
Steven.
lot of teams here that will not be eligible for next year.
Yeah.
Almost
So
all
The
of them.
last dance for more than half of them.
Almost all of them.
Yeah, almost all, really.
All right. So Lauren and Vivian. Yeah, just Lauren and Vivian, Jess and Joanna. Have we ever seen that head-to-head before?
Yep.
Mhm.
What race did we see that?
Was that not Warsaw?
Phoenix, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought it was Phoenix.
Yeah.
And Lauren and Viv won that one. Not by a landslide, but they
No.
won it. So, how do you think Sinead and Lucy are going to do? I know a lot of people have high expectations for them.
Well, they're both really fast runners.
Yeah. Sinead's made tremendous improvements this year too, individually. Like I think,
Yeah.
Like you would think they're going to lead like the first, like in and out of the first station, probably, right?
I don't think that.
no.
Okay, why not?
Where are they? I always get the names wrong.
They're 4th down on this list.
No, not Sinead. The other team I'm thinking of.
We don't know who that is.
You got
Yeah,
Charlie
I
and
know.
Lauren.
That's it. Charlie and Lauren. Yeah, Stockley.
To me,
and
they aren't getting nearly enough talk about them. You have to remember those two are not racing singles.
no,
so
they
they're gonna come
they
in
have
fresh.
foot speed like mad.
Oh, they are so fast.
So I could see them running up. Like, I mean, I think Lauren and Viv and Jess and Joanna will be the first ones to the ski erg,
Mhm.
but I could see Charlie and Lauren being right with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't really see other ones that I think will go out as fast enough with those 3 teams.
Cheryl, do you plan on being there or do you plan on being in your room?
For the doubles,
Yes.
the doubles is like what, 9:00 at night starts? Like it's nonsense.
I know, but it's
I
still
raced-
right outside. You won't be able to tell.
I know. I race the next day, so I will be watching it. If I even watch it, I will watch it on YouTube in my room.
Okay.
But definitely staying. I'm definitely watching Thursday night. That's going to be a show for sure. And this is going to be great. I'm really excited for all of them. I'm getting to where I'm really, the fact that all these teams stayed together this year, like we saw them, quite a bit, and people weren't switching with partners as much, I think was really good for the sport. I think it was really fun to be able to watch these teams.
Well,
We saw a little more of that in the men's field. There's a little more jostling and moving around.
Yeah. But it settled in quicker this year than it did last year. It sure felt like there were just a ton of different teams last year.
yeah, I can't even. I barely remember last year. I remember. Nope, I can't remember anybody who ran last year.
Yeah.
The doubles.
Kim and Yannick.
So
Yeah.
When you had the Spaniards that did such a good job, and I can't even remember who that was, and there
They
was
were third.
Rylan and Ryan Kent. Were they in there?
Rylan and Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was very different than it is this year.
And you had Rich and Paleo favored going in, and then Paleo having to pull out.
Yeah, they had the broken ski erg.
Yes. Yeah.
I just looked. I forgot how late the doubles is. I have to race 10 a.m. the next day.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of empty, kind of like it was in Chicago and kind of like it was in Phoenix. Doubles is like kind of a sad state of affairs.
So, I mean,
they stop putting it so late.
Well, here's why they got to put this thing so freaking late. They need to crash down the course and rebuild the next one with the grandstand. So you have on Friday here.
But they're
Your
not. I thought we
last-
decided they're not. I thought it's going to be next to it.
We don't know yet.
We don't know yet, but they've got HYROX doubles women going as late as 7:30 p.m.
Here's the problem. That's why they tried to move the 60 plus on Friday. This is it. This is what happened. Is that if they had gotten their way and they had put the 60 plus on the same day, that would have given them the wiggle room to be able to have it at a decent time. And because they misjudged, I think that's why it's so late. That's my theory.
Yeah, because women's, okay, so 60 plus starts at as late as 5:20 to 5:35 p.m.
Yeah. So they got to clear all those guys out.
Yep. And then you got to build the course, and it starts at 8:20.
I think it's going to be. I don't think they're going to have to tear it down.
You don't think they're tearing it down?
What did we do in Phoenix?
It was the same course.
Ran the same course.
Yeah, you ran the same course. You didn't
Right,
have
but
it.
there
was no
but
special
you say break it down. I don't think they're going to be moving grandstands. I feel like they're just going to set it up and be done with it.
We need to see how big this arena is.
I mean, there's been a couple of pictures.
It's a stadium. It's huge.
Yeah, it's the same size as like what Phoenix is.
Right. But we use the whole space in Phoenix. We use the whole thing, remember? I mean, there's a decent amount of walking room.
I mean, has any...
Okay, tell me the difference between a football field and a soccer pitch. Like what kind of size are we talking about?
Soccer pitch is wider. You have more space.
See, I'm thinking there may be more square footage down there than there would have been for a football stadium.
The only thing that we had at the football stadium is that you had past the end zone, under the tunnels, through some of the service things. And I don't know that the stadium has that.
Right. Oh,
So-
Cheryl, you need to pack raincoats. And
Yes.
it's not warm here. We had dinner outside and I was fucking freezing because I wasn't wearing this hoodie. I was wearing a light hoodie.
So lucky for me, I'm going to Glasgow after Stockholm, and people freeze there. So
Right.
I've got a lot of layers. It'll be fine.
Matt, I'm texting you something right now. It's a screenshot of someone who's setting up the inside.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if we can look at this photo and look at the map and see if we can get anything from that.
Whoa.
So,
whoa.
For those not paying attention, Matt has said, "Whoa."
And I'm
Couple of
trying to
times.
zoom. I'm zooming in on this. I'm zooming in on the screen because there's like, I don't know, what is that? 50 sleds? I mean, it's a normal amount. I can't tell. This is way too soon. This is way too soon. There's no barriers up. Oh, look, LSKD has a booth. Just kidding.
Just don't show a picture of it.
too soon, Matt. Too soon.
Hey, Cheryl, you know what the best news of all is?
What?
What happens when you win this year? What do you get?
You get a free cabin on the cruise.
Let's go.
Hold the phone.
Let's
Matt.
go.
Let's go for it.
And the new Pumas too. Don't you also get that? I feel like there's a bunch
No,
of
you
stuff.
get on the Puma team.
You get an ambassadorship.
You get an ambassadorship. Can I tell you guys what my favorite part of last week was?
What's that?
It was when there was some sort of ad for the HYROX cruise. I can't remember what they were pushing. Oh, they were pushing the Les Mills workouts that are
Les
going to be
Mis,
on
my favorite play. Les Mis.
Les Mills workouts. And I say to the group chat, I think I'm just going to go on this cruise to say that I've gone. Like, why not just watch the car crash from up close, right? And Dave went to the trouble during his workday to record a voice message saying that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You are going to waste money going on this cruise. It was the best part of my week. Dave just went. He cared so much about me. He didn't want me making a mistake.
Dave took it personal.
He did.
Yeah. This cruise is just something in my head. I'm like, I can't understand.
It's on
it.
the app, you guys. It's on the World Championships app. There is a place for the cruise where you can look it up.
There's no way to destroy something really cool faster than reeking of desperation. And that's
So desperate.
You know what I feel like? You know what I feel like? This is the scene. This is the scene in Wolf of Wall Street. They're like, come on, we're going to go. It's going to be fine. And the next thing is like, oh, shit. Like, like skiers falling into the ocean. You know what I mean? Like,
It's oh my gosh.
I know.
So and the desperation part is what makes it worse. Like it already was an awful idea.
if there was ever a time to
Yeah.
just take the L, this is a textbook
Yes.
definition of take the L. Let's never do a cruise again.
Well, and contrast that with our discussion about the Dallas sellout. Like, if it's good, it's gonna, like just let it
Yes.
go, right?
This is the opposite. This is every elite athlete going, I have to do what?
Yeah. No, I mean, they're just so taking one for the team having to show up to this thing and hope they don't get seasick,
Oh God.
Hey, quick question. Have we don't know this, but we might know this on Wednesday at the HYROX press conference, but we don't know what winning the world champs will do in terms of qualifying.
Hopefully nothing.
I thought they said nothing.
I would hope nothing. We always wanted that.
I thought that was part of the
365
the announcement.
thing.
Yeah, the points for the majors, right? So,
Mhm.
I mean, or not majors, the elite series, which isn't a series.
So it gets you a lot of points. You get the
Yeah.
most points.
The most possible points.
How many points do you
And
get?
I think that will
Most
matter because I
possible
think there's going
points.
to be a log jam of people with 5 wins.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So
but
it's
if,
going to be
but
if you
if it's 4
participated.
wins in but if it's 4 wins in a major, right? So that's 100,
It helps.
105, and then 115 if you win the major.
That's right. And that's why I think it'll matter a lot. And again, still make it the rich kind of get richer.
Right. Well, I am excited. Last year we got a whole bunch of good stuff on the press conference. I feel like it would be a big letdown if we don't get to find out where Worlds is, for example.
They're live streaming it. Have you seen that? It's going to be on YouTube.
Well, I think now even more so that they're making it a live stream thing, then I think they're definitely going to say something important.
Maybe
Right.
they'll get you how you qualify for age group next year.
I would very much appreciate that.
That would be the information I think would be best to bring out.
What phrase would you like me to say when I ask a question during the press conference? This is your opportunity, Dave. I'll say almost anything. What would you like me to
Cruise?
say?
Really? No,
Just pick a random word and I'll find a way to say it in there.
it's a random word.
Yeah. Text me the random word and I'll raise my hand and I'll ask.
Molly whoop.
Molly whoop.
Molly whoop.
All right. Remember that, Cheryl.
What does that mean?
Yeah, it's like
Is that a
beating.
Canadian thing?
It's like a beating. You get molly whooped.
Okay.
What time? So that'll be like daytime hours, right? Wednesday at like 5 p.m. local. So that'll be 11 a.m. East.
Yeah, I think if you you can click on it on YouTube and it'll tell you roughly when it is. And I want to say, I think I looked at it and I believe it's when I'm at work. So we're looking at like probably early afternoon hours.
Yeah. Now I'm sure. Because why would they bother if it's just going to be the boring stuff? I feel like now they're definitely.
I think that also means that they're not going to let people ask hard questions.
Well,
No.
Cheryl, as we've discussed, there will only be 2 people in that room that may even think about asking a hard question, and it's you and me.
Yes. And one of us is chicken.
There'll be 20 to 25-ish, I'd say, probably like journalists, let's say. And the only ones interested in asking questions that might like push back a little bit are us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for that, I would go.
And the lady from Australia who stood up and said, "You have no idea how to get to the Olympics last year." That lady. Hopefully she'll be there again.
And she's right.
It's true. It's true. I'm going to ask why they're looking to mollywhoop LSKD.
See, there you go. There you
That's a good
go.
question.
All right, let's wrap it up there, guys, because it is actually around midnight now.
Good luck sleeping in the sunshine, fellas.
All right.
I think, yeah.
All right, Cheryl. Fly
All
safe.
right. See you soon.
Everybody
See you tomorrow night.
Thanks for joining us, Matt H.